Alright, Long Cut Dippers here at it again, and today we are doing the Copenhagen Wintergreen review.
A review.
Alright, take the glasses off with authority. Get us a nice pack going here. You guys may know, what's your everyday dip?
I've actually been dipping a lot of Stoker Straight as my everyday dip lately. Simply because I like the cut, and they never have wintergreen.
I'm usually chewing Copenhagen Natural, but today we're going to review this.
This is like everybody's everyday dip.
Apparently everyone goes crazy over this, so
It's not like we haven't dipped can after can after can of this.
So what are we going to do once we put it in?
We're going to talk about it.
How we feel about it?
Yeah. How we feel about it, the flavor of it, the texture of it, the sexuality of it.
Okay, we'll leave that part out.
No, I sexually identify as a redneck dip spitter. It's even on YouTube.
As you can see, I took a nice fat pinch so we can get good flavor going.
I'm just going to finish off this can.
Yeah, I'll wait till you're... Okay.
You want half of that?
No. If I would have left the pinch, that would have been nice, but...
When do I ever leave a pinch in my cans?
One spit in and... Real flavorful.
It's harsh, though. It does burn.
It does have a sting to it, but if you're chewing, you
should
be
be
used to that.
One thing I've noticed about the Copenhagen Wintergreen over the natural or anything else, you get a finer cut for some reason.
It is finer cut than, per se, your mint or Southern blend, but not too bad.
No. But the cool thing about Copenhagen Wintergreen is it actually tastes like wintergreen. It doesn't taste like ass.
Your off-brand shit like you get with Longhorn or...
Longhorn just tastes like somebody blessed the can with a wintergreen leaf one time. I mean, it's actually got a little bit of good flavor to it.
Let's be honest. Longhorn's just not good.
How many rolls of Longhorn have you probably dipped, though? It used to be $1 a can.
So the Stokers.
Fair point.
Well, another thing I've noticed is this is one of the only chews from Copenhagen, only flavors that actually feels like it cuts into my lip.
Yeah.
It's able to give you a little better nicotine buzz.
I don't think it's that. I think it's something with the wintergreen itself that actually burns a little bit. That's actually why I got away from dipping wintergreen. It used to be my everyday dip, and then, if I had any kind of cut or anything inside my lip, it would just burn and kind of take away from it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad dip. It's got a lot of flavor. It's just, I could not dip can after can after can of this. Especially me, I like to throw a dip in one right after another sometimes.
Now, like Stoker's, I could do that with. Even Stoker's Wintergreen, I could do that with.
I don't know. Stoker's mint I can do that with.
I guess I'm just a Stoker's guy because I've been getting it so cheap lately that, I mean, $5 a can compared to $2.50,
That's where you get what you pay for. Not as good of quality. Definitely longer cut, which I like.
I mean, it would only be a fair comparison if we did flavor to flavor. You know what I mean?
Which I've had both wintergreens.
Yeah. I find the Stokers to be a lot more mild. Wintergreen flavor.
Sure. It doesn't burn like that does.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. But, I don't know.
I mean, Copenhagen is the best brand out there.
Yeah, I'm a big Copenhagen guy. But at the same time, um, I've dipped a lot of like Grizzly Wintergreen. As dumb as that sounds.
Oh,
And
I've chewed a lot of Grizzly as well.
the Grizzly Extra Wintergreen, to me, almost feels like it has more of the wintergreen flavor and less of the burn. I also feel like you gotta spit every 5 seconds with this.
It does make your mouth water a little bit.
I think it's because of the burn is why I'm feeling like I have to.
Yeah.
That's gross. The dip spit was sloshing in there. But I mean, overall, I like Copenhagen Wintergreen. I'll get a can of it to break up the monotony of dipping anything else, but it's not my everyday dip anymore. It used to be. Really used to be. It's one of them flavors that you have to get really used to, and you can do that pretty quick, actually.
One good thing about Copenhagen, if you look on the side of your can, it's actually 100% American dip. Now, I know there's other brands out there that are, but there's a lot that aren't.
Smokers is also 100% American.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is right from my home state.
I think that's why I actually prefer it. But the one cool thing about Copenhagen is I feel like it gives a lot better of a buzz than a lot of other dips.
Not even talking about just the chew itself. I mean, it's a way better quality can. You have to give it that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't one hand open a Stoker's can, you know, or just so I can show off that I can. I can do that with a Coke can.
I can probably do it with this, but
I was just trying to be gentle with the can too.
Why? Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you see what I mean? I think it's because, is that a plastic lid on that?
No, these are tin.
They're tin too?
Yeah, they're tin. It's just the plastic in here is junk.
Yeah, this is a real flexible plastic.
Which is also good, you know.
But then, I mean, any Copenhagen can is that same kind of way, unless it's like the Cope long cut with the fiberboard can.
You can still one hand open those, though.
It takes time to learn how to do that without crushing the can, though.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. Overall, I'd rate this at, I'd gotta give it like a 90.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's good. It's just
it's good.
It's not what I would want all the time.
The burn though really draws me away from it. I'm thinking it's a solid 75 to an 80.
You're kidding.
Now, if that was Copenhagen Natural, straight, any of that, it would be close to 100 for me.
The one thing with this, I definitely wouldn't recommend it if you're just starting out chewing.
No, this is a horrible one to start.
This is something you'll get into as you go. I mean, depending on your preferences and whatnot.
If you had to recommend a brand to start with, what would your brand be?
I mean, biased opinion, it'd be Copenhagen. Another good one is Skål. Skål makes different flavors if you just want to get into it for the flavor. I mean,
now,
Skål makes a ton of different flavors.
If I had to recommend the starter dip, you want to get into it, but you don't want to go too far, I would actually suggest Skål Spearmint. Because it tastes like gum.
How many cans of that have we chewed?
Oh my god, that is 100 out of 100 in my book, and I am an anti-Skål guy.
Let's talk about places what you would want to be doing when you're chewing Copenhagen Wintergreen.
Copenhagen Wintergreen to me is one of them summertime fishing dips.
Always stole the words right out of my mouth.
Like that hot summer day, you're out on the water, you want to throw a dip in.
You crack a cold beer and you're like, you know what?
Because now that it's been in my mouth a while, my mouth feels cold.
Oh, yeah.
Not mint cold, but
and it
cold.
Keeps the flavor, though.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I will always like about Copenhagen.
I mean, I've had to dip in for over an hour before.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a bad habit. I always roll my dip, change sides, break it up. Like, as you can tell, I put it in this side, it automatically went to my other side.
You'll see me telling tongue, moving it around. I mean, it just keeps that flavor going.
And see, I break mine too. I don't just move it from side to side. I roll mine, break it, and it'll hold flavor forever. Granted, you lose a little bit of it when you do that sometimes.
There's two other places I always, when I have Copenhagen Wintergreen, I will chew it.
The deer stand.
Deer stand is definitely one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, including myself, are big on scent in the stand. This is one thing I found that I've had deer right under me, and I'll be spitting this. It's not alarming to them. I mean, it's not mint, but there is mint leaves in the woods. It's just one of them scents. Like, it's a plant, essentially. So.
Okay. So, what would you say your favorite dip of all time has been?
That I've chewed?
Yeah, that you've chewed.
My favorite's got to be Copenhagen Natural. I mean, that's why it's my daily.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones that I really do enjoy, like Copenhagen Mint's pretty good. The black, when they have it out, I really like the black.
See, I'm a big Copenhagen Southern Blend guy.
I'm just not a fan of Southern Blend.
I used to not like it, but I've grown to actually really enjoy it. It's like a mix of straight and natural. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's the worst dip you've ever had?
The worst chew I've ever had, and I've only put it in once because it's so bad, was Longhorn. I think it's fine cut.
Mm-hmm.
Fine cut natural or just fine cut? I couldn't even tell you. I never.
Let's just go by long cut. Not including pouches, not including fine cut. What's the worst one you've ever put in?
That's kind of hard because I do like the flavor of everything.
See, mine would actually, contrary to popular belief, I would rather dip Skull Berry over Skull Extra. That cough syrup smell, red can, Skull Extra.
You're talking about Rich Blend.
Yeah, the Rich Blend. Oh, I can't
actually like the Rich Blend.
I can't get over the smell.
If I had to pick my least favorite flavor, it would probably have to be berry.
See, I can do the smell of the berry, though, which makes it a little more palatable. But that's one of the big things. A lot of people that want to get into dip, the spitting's gross. It is what it is. Fucking water bottle. You can spit in a fucking water bottle, seal it. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, water bottle's like the main.
A mud jug. You don't see it, you don't smell it. We've even got somebody over here. Can you smell our dips?
No.
What was that?
No.
Exactly.
It doesn't spill. I mean,
I'd laugh if you did that and you didn't put the cap on it all the way, spilled it all over.
not my first rodeo. Well, the only other place I really would highly suggest putting that in the shower is one of the best times to put in any chew that burns, really. I mean,
Copenhagen Wintergreen, early in the morning, is a hell of a wake me up.
yeah, I mean, you can damn near replace an energy drink with it. Just like that, I'm up.
Depending on the person you are,
Mm-hmm.
Copenhagen Wintergreen might not be for you.
I mean,
but I would advise, hey, if you're somewhere, you find a sale, 2 cans, 50 cents off or something.
don't be afraid to get it. I mean,
Make one of them a can of Copenhagen Wintergreen.
mm-hmm.
Because if you even got friends that are dippers, hey, trade cans. Like,
Just give it a try.
this was my can, this was his can, this now became mine, this was his.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because Stoker Straight is my everyday dip. And this is one of our used to be everyday dips.
Yep.
One more thought. Why did you switch from wintergreen to natural?
There's a couple different reasons. You see here, with Copenhagen Natural, it's extra long cut. I really like that. It helps it just to stay in one little ball, and then I can just move it around, not have to worry about grains getting everywhere. And I really like the flavor of just a regular old chew flavor. Doesn't really burn. You keep that flavor, and essentially you can actually feel like I have a chew in, like
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. My brother gave me a pinch of it, and ever since then, I haven't put it down.
But how has the flavor changed from when you first put it into now? It's been 15 minutes. Give or take a couple.
I still have the full wintergreen flavor.
The burn is completely gone on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And now all I taste is the wintergreen. It actually tastes like I had a lifesaver in my mouth like 2 minutes ago. Like that strong of a wintergreen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely give it a try, especially if you're somewhere where it's affordable to experiment with new dips. Say you live in somewhere like New York State where it's $8 a can. Get a pinch off somebody else to try it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
well, as always, if you want to see another dip review or are curious of what another one's like, and just anything you want to see in general, just put it in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. Turn your notifications on too. That's going to help us out a lot. And until next time.
hold on. I just want to say this. We do have our Instagram up. It's Long Cut Dippers 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So you can follow us on Instagram if you're watching this. As well as we're trying to get a couple other social medias going.
Which will be in the link once we get them down.
Yep. And as you were saying,
keep your lips packed. Keep on dipping.
Keep on dipping.